At a wedding in Cana, Jesus had turned water into wine. His first sign revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. Now he moved to Capernaum, a town by the sea, and his public ministry began in earnest. Galilee would never be the same. Capernaum became his base of operations. It was a fishing town on the northwest shore of the Sea of Galilee, larger than Nazareth, a crossroads of commerce and travel. Roman soldiers were stationed there. Tax collectors worked the customs post. Fishermen brought their catch to its docks. Jesus left his hometown and made Capernaum his home. On the Sabbath, he went into the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. The teachers of the law quoted other rabbis. They stacked tradition on tradition. Their authority was borrowed, secondhand. Jesus spoke differently. He spoke as if he knew. He did not say, Rabbi Hillel taught, or the tradition says. He said, I tell you. His words carried weight that did not come from human sources. The synagogue fell silent, hanging on his voice. Then something interrupted. A man in the synagogue cried out. He was possessed by an impure spirit, a demonic force that had taken hold of his mind and body. What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. The demon knew. While the religious leaders debated, while the crowds wondered, the forces of darkness recognized immediately who stood before them. Jesus spoke with sharp command, Be quiet, come out of him. The impure spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. The people were amazed. What is this? A new teaching and with authority? He even gives orders to impure spirits and they obey him. Word spread quickly. News about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. As soon as they left the synagogue, they went with James and John to the home of Simon and Andrew. Simon's mother-in-law was in bed with a fever. They told Jesus about her. He went to her, took her hand and helped her up. The fever left her instantly. She got up and began to wait on them. No dramatic confrontation, no public spectacle, just a quiet touch, a lifted hand, and healing. The fever did not break gradually. It left, completely, immediately, and the woman who had been sick enough to stay in bed was strong enough to serve her guests. That evening, after sunset, the whole town gathered at the door. The Sabbath had ended, travel restrictions lifted, and word had spread through every street. People brought to Jesus all the sick and demon-possessed. The whole town, not just a few, everyone who was suffering, everyone who knew someone suffering, came to that doorway. Jesus healed many who had various diseases. He also drove out many demons. The demons recognized him, but he would not let them speak because they knew who he was. The darkness knew his identity, but Jesus controlled the message. The time for full revelation had not yet come. That night, the house must have emptied slowly. The healed walked home in wonder. The delivered breathed freely for the first time. Families wept with relief. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. After a night of exhausting ministry, Jesus sought his Father. The crowds would come again. The needs would multiply. The demands would intensify. But before any of that, Jesus found a quiet place to pray. Simon and his companions went to look for him. They found him and exclaimed, Everyone is looking for you. The whole town, waiting at the door, wanting more. Jesus answered, Let us go somewhere else, to the nearby villages, so I can preach there also. That is why I have come. He did not stay to build a following in one place. His mission was broader. He came to proclaim the good news of the kingdom, and that message was not for Capernaum alone. So he traveled throughout Galilee, preaching in their synagogues and driving out demons. Town after town, synagogue after synagogue, village after village. The sick were healed, the oppressed were freed, the good news was proclaimed. Galilee was waking up. After centuries of silence, after generations without a true prophet, after years of occupation and disappointment, something new was happening. The kingdom of heaven was breaking in. Not through political revolution, not through military conquest, through a man who taught with authority, touched the sick, and commanded the darkness to flee. The light was spreading. Thank you for listening to this episode of Life of Jesus, Early Life and Galilean Ministry. If this story of Jesus' early ministry in Galilee stirred you, please subscribe, like, and share. In the next episode, the crowds will grow larger, the healings will multiply,
and Jesus will demonstrate that his authority extends not only over demons and disease, but over sin itself.